plans progressing for New Zealand's first wet house in Wellington. New Zealand's first wet house could be set up on the fringe of Wellington's inner city, in Mount Cook. The proposed Housing New Zealand complex would accommodate homeless alcoholics and drug addicts, and allow the alcoholics to continue drinking, under round-the-clock supervision. Housing NZ is currently planning the redevelopment of its Ralston Street flats in Mount Cook, and it is understood a high-dependency home, to be called Te Wairokeoke, could be part of the new complex. The wet house plan is being driven by Wellington City Council, in partnership with Housing NZ and the Ministry of Social Development, MSD. Read more. MSD likely to partner with Council on Wet House project. Mayor forging ahead with plans for New Zealand's first wet house. Justin Lester proposes wet house for homeless alcoholics. Delivering a wet house was a key election promise for Wellington Mayor Justin Lester. He said the project was progressing well, but there was still more work to be done, which would take some time. Ralston Street was close to the central city and support agencies, and it had the potential to be a strong site. However, it was not yet guaranteed. He said he was committed to reducing homelessness in the city, and Te Wairokeoke was one of the best opportunities to do so. Brian Dawson, who holds the Social Development and Housing portfolio, said no plans were set in stone, but confirmed Ralston Street was a site being discussed. The redesign of the Ralston Street flats was seen as a good opportunity. There is still a long way to go on this, because of the complexities and the various elements needed. A lot of work was being done on how to operate Te Wairokeoke, and the best option would not be cheap because it included 24-hour supervision. It is not just a wet house. It is a home for people who have high dependency needs, he said. In a letter sent to Ralston Street residents on Friday, Housing NZ said no decision had been made about the site. We already provide homes for people who in some cases have complex issues and needs, which could also include alcohol dependency, it said. We want to explore how we can better connect them to specialist providers who can provide the right level of wraparound support on site. This is a supported living model, not a wet house, where people can access the help they need in a secure environment. Again, no decisions have been made, and we'll keep the community updated on our plans for Ralston. In September, council documents described the resources needed for the project as moderate, and dependent on funding from MSD and other government agencies. MSD Deputy Chief Executive of Housing Scott Gallagher said no decisions had been made about funding at this stage, because it was still working through the details of what was proposed. Our focus is to bring Housing First to Wellington by winter this year, a program that is making headway in Auckland and housing the most vulnerable people with the greatest housing need. These are often people who have been sleeping rough and who may be dealing with addiction or other mental health issues. We're very excited about Housing First's potential to make a real difference in Wellington.